Getting an MS diagnosis. Wow, it can feel like a lot, right? But it absolutely doesn't have to define your future. So today, we're going to walk through a really practical framework for managing life with MS. This is all based on expert advice to help you, well, not just cope, but actually thrive.
I love this. This sentence just sets the tone perfectly, doesn't it? Look, it's not about pretending the challenges aren't there. It's about grabbing hold of the possibilities. And honestly, with today's treatments and a smart approach to your own well-being, living a full active life, it is absolutely on the table.
But yeah, where do you even start? That's the million-dollar question. When you're just bombarded with new information, it is so easy to feel completely lost. But the answer? It's all about taking back control one single step at a time. And that whole journey, it really starts with knowledge.
So, let's get into our first big idea, taking charge with knowledge. This is your first step to empowerment. And I want you to think of knowledge not as, homework or some chore. Think of it as your most powerful tool for this journey.
And the key here is going to the right places for that information. Places like the National MS Society. They give you the real facts, the stuff that cuts through all the noise you might find online. When you truly understand your diagnosis, it clears up a ton of misconceptions, and most importantly, it puts you in the driver's seat when you're talking to your doctors about your options.
But here's the thing. Being in the driver's seat doesn't mean you're driving solo. Not at all. You need a team, a whole crew in your corner. Your neurologist, obviously, they're the MS specialist, but then you've got your physical therapist, who can be a total game changer for your mobility. An occupational therapist, they're amazing. They have all these clever tools and tricks for daily tasks. And a mental health counselor, absolutely vital for your emotional well-being.
Okay, so once you have that foundation of knowledge, it leads us right into our next big point, strengthening your body and your mind. This is all about the little things you do every day, the active choices that can make a huge, huge difference in how you feel.
And when we talk about being active, it's pretty amazing just how much good it can do. The research is clear. It's not just about building muscle. Getting regular, moderate exercise can actually fight fatigue, lift your mood, help you sleep better, and get this, it might even help slow the progression of the disease. And it doesn't have to be a crazy workout. Swimming, yoga, even gardening. Just find something you actually like to do.
All right, let's touch on diet for a sec. I'm going to give you a number to hang on to, 25 grams. For women, that's the recommended daily fiber intake. Why? Because it really helps with bowel function, which, as you may know, can be a real challenge with MS. It's such a simple, specific goal, but it can make a world of difference.
Okay, have you ever noticed that you just feel worse on a hot day, or even after a hot shower? Well, there's actually a name for that. It's called the Uhthoff phenomenon. What happens is, even a tiny increase in your body temperature can mess with your nerve signals for a little while. The good news? It's temporary. It's not the disease getting worse, but it really shows you just how important it is to keep your cool. Fatigue, man, it's one of the biggest, most common complaints with MS, and one of your best weapons to fight it is just plain old good sleep hygiene. Seriously, it usually just comes down to a few simple swaps. Trading that late-night screen time and afternoon coffee for a consistent bedtime and a relaxing routine, that's a winning strategy every single time. So all of these tools, the knowledge, the exercise, the sleep, they all lead us to our third big idea, adapting your daily life. And let's be clear, this is not about giving up. It's about working smarter, not harder. Making a few strategic changes at home and at work can help you save that precious energy and cut down on a lot of stress.
So the question becomes, how can you make your daily tasks easier and safer? Just asking that question changes your whole mindset, right? It moves you away from thinking, I can't do this, to, okay, how can I do this? It just opens up this whole world of creative problem solving, and you'd be surprised how simple the answers often are.
So, let's get practical. Instead of trying to clean the whole house in one go, which is exhausting for anyone, just do one room a day. That's divide and conquer. Or rearrange your kitchen. Why are you reaching up high for the coffee mug you use every single day? Put it right on the counter. And if you're dealing with that brain fog, your phone is your new best friend. Seriously, set alarms and reminders for everything.
And here are a few more really practical life hacks to just make life smoother. Put your prescriptions on auto refill. Boom, one less thing to worry about. Talk to your boss about workplace accommodations. You have rights. And if you're traveling, plan ahead. Don't just book the flights. Book rest days into your schedule. It's a game changer.
And this brings us to our final, and honestly, maybe the most important point of all, building your support network. You are not alone in this. Managing a chronic illness is just not a solo sport. That connection with other people, it's a powerful kind of medicine all by itself.
This right here is so important. That feeling of being isolated can be one of the heaviest parts of living with MS. But the absolute truth is there is a huge community of people out there who get it. They know exactly what you're going through. The only catch is you have to be the one to reach out.
So where are these people? Well, online forums like Bezi MS are great because they're there 24/7, a safe place to share what's on your mind. Or look for local support groups for that face-to-face connection. Just sharing ideas, talking about what works, and honestly, just sharing a laugh with people who understand, it's incredibly empowering. So when you boil it all down, here's the main takeaway. Living well with MS isn't something that just happens to you. It's an active, ongoing process. It's the sum of all those little smart choices you make every single day. From what you decide to eat, to how you set up your kitchen, to the people you choose to connect with. Which brings us to one last question, and this one's just for you. Don't think about some huge, life-altering change. Let's think smaller. What's just one small thing you can do today to start living your best life? Maybe it's finally making that call to the physical therapist. Maybe it's just texting a friend. Or maybe, hey, it's just moving your coffee mug to a lower shelf. What's your one small thing?